Liverpool Football Club were about to play FC Barcelona in a competitive game for only the 10th time in their history. I worked for Liverpool and had the privilege of being allocated 2 tickets for the game. But I decided not to go. It was May 2019 and we'd reached the semi-finals of the Champions League, football's most prestigious club competition. Frankly, I'd had enough. Since I joined Liverpool in 2012, we'd come agonisingly close to winning the Premier League in 2014. We'd lost the Europa League final in 2016, having led at half-time. We'd lost the Champions League final against Real Madrid in 2018. Now, in 2019, we had just lost the semi-final first leg in Barcelona 3-0. Coming back from that deficit was very unlikely. I felt jaded and couldn't face another glorious failure. Then my friend Jin got in touch. He realised it was a long shot, but said he would regret it if he didn't ask. Did I have a spare ticket for the game? I told him that I did and that I would not be going. He asked me, quite rightly, if I was out of my mind. It was the Champions League semi-final. It was Barcelona. It was Lionel Messi. I realised he was right. I'd never seen Messi play live before. It was worth going to the game if only to watch the world's greatest player. My job was the reason I didn't want to be there. As Director of Research at Liverpool, it was my responsibility to source, analyse and interpret data about football matches. One of the applications of data analysis in football is predicting outcomes. At Liverpool, my colleagues and I had developed a set of statistical models that took raw performance data, information about shots, saves and goals, and turned it into estimates of team strength. Each team's attacking and defensive capabilities, their ability to score goals and stop goals being conceded, were then used to produce forecasts of games and competitions. Given the 3-0 loss in the first leg, our algorithms estimated our chance of progressing to the final was 3.5%. Our statistical model of team strength rated Barcelona's team a whopping 20% stronger than Liverpool's. Liverpool's home advantage in the second leg would make it an evenly matched game, but we had to win by at least 4 goals, or take the tie into extra time by winning exactly 3-0. My approach to football is the exact opposite of the romantic way in which fans view the game. I see everything through the lens of probability, which is estimated using objective evidence. And for this game, the evidence suggested our probability of success was extremely low. It was well known at the training ground that my department produced these forecasts. But when the canteen staff asked what our chances were and I told them the bad news, their reaction was, "Well, that's a higher chance than I thought." My pessimism was somehow a cause for optimism among my colleagues. Even by Anfield standards, the atmosphere that night was electric. Luis Suarez, Liverpool's best player from 2011 to 2014, but now playing for Barcelona, had scored in the first leg and celebrated wholeheartedly. This had angered the Liverpool fans, and now, as he was about to take the kick-off, 50,000 people were screaming, "Fuck off, Suarez! Fuck off, Suarez!" In my job, I was paid to take a sober, dispassionate view of football. But I was at Anfield as a fan, and I happily joined in the chant. The game was very open and very entertaining. Strangely, our low chance of success allowed me to take a lot more pleasure in the match than I usually did. Since we were going to lose anyway, I could just enjoy the spectacle without worrying about the result. But after 6 minutes, Barcelona's Jordi Alba made a poor clearance, heading it straight to Sadio Mane. Sadio played in Jordan Henderson, whose shot was only parried by the goalkeeper, and Divock Origi could not miss. We were 1-0 up. Barcelona created several dangerous chances, but the first half finished with Liverpool still 1-0 ahead. After 53 minutes, Trent Alexander-Arnold created a good chance for Gini Wijnaldum, who scuffed a terrible shot that somehow squeezed past the goalkeeper. 2-0. Barcelona kicked off, but immediately lost the ball, and within 30 seconds, Gini had scored again with a brilliant header to make it 3-0. The atmosphere at Anfield went from electric to nuclear. Every touch of the ball by Suarez was met with venom and derision from our fans. By the time the third goal went in, I'd shouted so much that I'd lost my voice. I had to ask Jin to shout at Suarez on my behalf. I spent the second half jabbing him in the ribs as the signal to hurl some abuse.